Have you ever been diagnosed with diabetes, insulin resistance, high blood pressure, or another chronic condition and immediately asked, I wonder what I should take? As a nurse who specializes in insulin resistance and metabolic health, I understand why people ask this. You want an answer, you want relief, you want something that works. But what if the first step isn't adding something? What if the first step is slowing down long enough to see what your body can actually do when we stop overwhelming it? Today, I want to explain why I often encourage my clients to begin with fewer changes, not more, and how slowing down can help us identify the root cause instead of covering it up. If you're tired of sugar cravings, brain fog, fatigue, and all the conflicting health and diet advice, and you just want to know what's happening inside of your body, you're in the right place. I'm TaShawn Davis, holistic health coach, registered nurse, and metabolic health educator. I help you break sugar cravings through balanced blood sugar so you can take your health back naturally. So grab your favorite sugar-free drink, pop in those earbuds, and let's learn how to work with our body and not against it. Hey, before we begin, I want to remind you that the final opportunity to join us for the Metabolic Intensive Orientation and Celebration is this Saturday. Can y'all believe how fast time flies? This Saturday, August 15th, 2026, from 12 to 4 p.m. at the Encore of Avalon in Orlando, Florida. This will be a power-packed afternoon with education, testimonies from people who have worked with me, practical metabolic health guidance, a low-carb barbecue, and a celebration of my one-year book anniversary. If you have been waiting for a sign to take your health seriously, this may be it. Learn more at www.healthbeyondweightloss.com. And while you're listening, if this episode helps you understand your body differently, please follow the podcast, share an episode, and please leave a review because it helps to reach more people. Okay, y'all. So one of the first things people ask me when they learn that I'm a nurse who specializes in insulin resistance and metabolic health, they say, TaShawn, what should I take? Sometimes they are asking about diabetes. Sometimes it's high blood pressure, brain fog, or fatigue, or another chronic condition. And I understand the question. When you've been struggling for so long, you want something to help quickly. You want the fast food solution to a long-term health problem. But my first response is often, have you taken time to see what your body can actually do on its own? We often forget that God has made us so wonderfully and that your body can sometimes make the change and create and do the thing on its own before we start adding so much to it. That question is uncomfortable because we are used to adding things though. We add a pill, a powder, a new supplement, another protocol. But sometimes the body needs fewer competing signals, not more. This is why one of the most important pieces of advice I received from one of my pastors years ago was simply, slow down. Those two words have helped me through so many seasons of my life. And I often give the same advice to my clients. Slow down. Not because you're giving up, but because you're finally paying attention. So why would I start with don't take any supplements? I want to be clear. Supplements can work sometimes, and they may be good for certain situations. However, we want to see what your own body can do. In the beginning, we're going to reduce the biggest source of metabolic stress. That may include taking away excess sugar, refined carbs, ultra-processed foods, constant slacking. We're going to address your sleep patterns, stress, and lack of movement. We want to make fundamental changes first, and then we can begin to observe. How is your blood sugar responding? How are your hunger cues changing? Are your cravings decreasing? Did your energy improve? What is your sleep like now? And what is your blood pressure doing? If we introduce so many things like supplements at one time, we may never know what change helped, or whether the fundamental changes were doing the most of the work. So if we introduce a lot of supplements and different protocols, we may not know exactly what's helping. That's why the fundamental changes need to happen first. Another thing is too many changes make reactions difficult to identify. Let's say someone starts 6 supplements in the same week. Then they develop headaches, stomach upset, itching, fatigue, or change in their blood sugar. Where did the reaction come from? Was it the supplement? Was it an interaction? Was it the dose? Was it the food they were eating? Was it a medication interaction? When we make fewer changes at one time, we can observe things more closely and try to pinpoint the cause. And that's not slow progress, that's intelligent progress. We're becoming little detectives of our body. And many people don't know. Check this, I'm going to whisper it to you. A lot of supplements have maltodextrin in it, which raises your blood sugar. Oh my gosh. Another reason why we can mistake the supplement for the result. Sometimes people make several healthy changes and begin to feel better. But because they started a supplement at the same time, they assume the supplement created the result. They may continue to take it indefinitely, even if it's no longer needed. That is why clients need to understand what is actually changing in their bodies. The goal is not to become dependent on a cabinet full of products. The goal is to understand your body well enough to know what supports it. So now, insulin resistance, how does this fall into everything? It's not simply a blood sugar problem. Insulin is a powerful hormone involved in energy storage, hunger, fat storage, and nutrient signaling. When insulin levels remain elevated, the body may have difficulty accessing and using stored energy effectively. That can influence hunger, cravings, weight, fatty liver, inflammation, and other metabolic processes. This is also why I want us to be thoughtful about supplements. The body must be able to absorb, transport, and use the nutrients properly. A supplement can be present in the body, but it doesn't automatically mean the body is using it effectively. Let's take vitamin D for an example. Vitamin D is one of the vitamins that works more like a hormone than a single vitamin. Low vitamin D may involve inadequate intake, limited sun exposure, absorption issues, medication effects, or a broader metabolic dysfunction. So instead of automatically saying, take more vitamin D, we should ask, has the level actually been tested? What is your overall picture of health? Are there absorption issues or concerns? Are medications involved? Are there any kidney or liver issues? And is insulin resistance part of the larger picture? So a supplement may be useful, but it should not distract us from the condition that may be making the entire system more difficult to regulate. So you should work with your healthcare provider to talk about these things and get the proper testing done, because low vitamin D levels and insulin resistance have some correlations. So what should we do? When I tell clients to slow down, I'm not telling them to do nothing. I'm encouraging them to use a process. The first is to remove obvious metabolic stressors. Begin by looking at foods and habits that may be repeatedly pushing blood sugar and insulin higher. Next, observe your body. Pay attention to hunger cravings, sleep, energy, and digestion, your mood, and your glucose patterns. Then measure what matters. Use appropriate labs and clinical guidance to understand what is happening, not just how you feel on one particular day. And lastly, add strategically. If a supplement is needed, introduce it intentionally and monitor the response. This approach gives you information, and information will give you more confidence. Okay? I know many people want quick answers because they are tired. Look, I've been there. I've done that. You've been sick for years. You've tried diets, medication, programs, and even endless promises. They make you feel like your body has betrayed you. But your body is not your enemy. Your body has been communicating with you. Sometimes we've been moving so quickly that we have not slowed down enough to listen. You don't have to fix everything at once, okay? You don't have to start 10 new things tomorrow. Start by understanding what's happening. Start with one faithful step, because you are needed in this hour. You are needed to be well. And getting healthy is not a vanity. It is a stewardship. It gives you more capacity to do what God has placed in you. Alrighty. So if you are ready to slow down, understand insulin resistance, and learn what your body may be capable of with the right support, join us this Saturday, August 15th at Encore of Avalon for the Metabolic Intensive Orientation and the Barbecue Celebration. You don't have to be registered for the Metabolic Intensive in order to come. And this is the last time we can register you right on the spot, and you'll be able to join our class the following week. During this session, it's just going to be a kickback, laid back style. You're going to hear testimonies, learn practical strategies, and experience an afternoon to help you move forward with clarity and more confidence. All right, www.healthbeyondweightloss.com. And so remember, if you need more information on insulin resistance, I have plenty of episodes, and the next episode is going to be even more powerful. So make sure that you follow the channel and make sure that you stay in touch with us. Thank you so much for joining. Remember, this is for educational purposes only. God bless you. Alrighty, my friend. If this episode has helped you understand your body a little bit better and helped you have the confidence to make better informed healthcare decisions, share it with someone you know who may be struggling with sugar cravings, brain fog, or fatigue, because they may not even realize that blood sugar could be the reason. And also leave a review because it really helps more people find this. Remember, the goal is to reverse 1 million type 2 diabetes in my lifetime. And as always, I want to remind you the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. And some people are fighting every day just to have the health and energy to live their everyday life that they were called to live. So I am praying for your health. I am praying for your strength, and I'll see you in the next episode.